Welcome everybody back to the channel. It's your boy James and Squez. Today we are going to be installing an AFE power takeda intake. I've been very held back about the hot, quote unquote, cold air intake, but they're not really cold because all you're sucking up is the hot air. But I'm just doing it for looks and just maybe the sound, just to improve the sound a little bit, because the stock air airbox is not really that loud. It's a very simple install. You have to be, let's pass on that. I'm not gonna say the words, I don't want to offend nobody, but yeah, it's very simple. If you come over here, the previous owner, I guess he messed with the intake previously, because I see some bolts missing and stuff like that, and bolts over here, if you can look over there, were like right there. Perfect. So those bolts are missing. Wow, I can barely speak because I slept late last night, but anyways. All right, so you're gonna have a bolt right here, your usual I don't know, bolt right there is gonna be, I believe, a 10 or an 8. I might be mistaken, I haven't done this yet. You're gonna have your MAF. I took this out because if you look closely, there's they use e-sockets, but very weird e-sockets. I've never seen that before. So everybody, in the Lexus family, whoever, kept saying that BMW uses special tools for blah blah blah. As you can see here, Lexus uses special tools as well. Anyways, so let's stop being hypocrites. So let's get into it. So we are in the process of removing this snorkel. Usually you're gonna have 2 bolts, right? But I guess again, the previous owner, I guess he messed with it, so I only have 1. Anyways, it should be a 10 mil, right? So once you have that, you start going at it, right? All right, once you have the 2 bolts removed, the easiest way, that's the only way it's gonna come out of the snorkel, is you just pop right out. Like I previously mentioned, the previous owner, he removed this intake previously because there's a lot of screws missing that connect the box to the wheel well itself, right, where it keeps it nice and firm, right? So we're gonna actually skip that step, but I believe those are 10 mils, and you're gonna need extensions to reach those type of bolts, right? All right, so our next step is gonna be the MAP sensor, right? Judging the screws that tying down the MAP sensor, they look like T-sockets, or not T-sockets, like T-screws or whatever. No, T-bits. There you go. We're gonna call that. It looks like it's gonna be like a T25, T20, I'm assuming. But if you look closely at the screw, it's a weird T. It's a different style of T-bit, right? So what I did, right? I grabbed this right here, and I just started going at it, because either way, AFE gives you bolts that just replace those, and they're actually flatheads. So that's exactly what I did. If you want to come and look over here, I grabbed it and I just started spinning, and eventually they just come out. You just want to push this MAP sensor off to the side so that we could just work on the other stuff. All right, our next step is going to be this oh my god, I forgot how to call this. Let's call it the OEM catch can. Let's call that, or I don't know, just all the oil that passes through here just goes back to the valve cover. You just want to grab this right here and just squeeze it together. That comes off, and then you just grab this and you pop it out, right? Once we have that done, there's a flathead right here that you could, actually it's not a flathead, it's a Phillips screwdriver. Just go at it, unloosen that. Once you have that out, you want to grab your air inbox, not air inbox, oh my god, air intake box. Kind of like push it up, just who cares, just push it up. You see this right here, you're gonna disconnect it from the throttle body. Once you have that done, grab this, and voila. As you can see, it all comes out as one piece. All right, once you have your AFE takeda intake in hand, right, it's gonna look like this. This is actually off an RC350. The story behind this was the previous owner, he just bought the car brand new, and he decided to trade the car in, so he only had 300 miles on this. So if this retails for close to 400 bucks, I got it for 100 bucks. So this is gonna be one of the best bang for the buck. I understand it sucks in hot air. It's supposed to be cold air intake, but even with the plastic piece that surrounds the filter, you're still sucking in hot air because it's not sealing it properly like the stock OEM one. So technically the OEM one is going to be your best performance wise, but again, this is a 250. Before the engine swap, again, it's a 250, and I don't really care about power. I just care about looks and sound, right? So yeah, for $100, I can't complain. This is like look, it's literally brand new, no scratches on it. There's gonna be one slight issue that people are gonna, you know, run into, and it's gonna be this, right? The breather. Let's call this the breather. I believe that's what it's called, but let's just call this a breather. We called it like 3 times, like 3 different things. But anyways, you would want to go to like AutoZone, get like these small little clamps, and just kind of force that hose onto here and just clamp it on. That's about it. It doesn't really do much either way. Well, I have my flathead, and this is basically what you're gonna want to do. Oh my god, I lost my flathead. Pop it right there. Grab your flathead. Go at it. Oh my god, it's gonna take a minute. Once you have it there, just tighten it down nice and tight, because there is going to be some movement since you don't have the plastic piece surrounding the cone, because that's what basically keeps the intake firm. But again, I don't care, so I have really high tolerance. Boom, that's there. You're going to want to grab your MAP sensor. Where did that go? Right here. Boom. Let's find these screws that Takeda or AFE provided. They look like these. So I'm gonna pop those in right real quick. There you go. I'm gonna tighten these hand tight. You don't want to go crazy on tightening them, because you could break them real easily. And give it one more turn. Wow. All right, you're gonna get your other screw. Do the same as well. Right, perfect. Oh my god, why am I shaking so much? There you go. Real quick. Nice and tight. So this is where I'm saying about the breather. You see how it has a little movement? Just want to grab it and just boom, and this is where you have enough leverage with your clamp that you can just clamp it on right there, and most likely this will keep it in place. But anyways, don't have my word for that. And that's about it. It's a little flimsy, but I'll fix that real quick after, you know, I finish the video. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in today's vlog. That's about it. As you can see here, it looks pretty beautiful. It goes well with the Megan Racing strut brace. I appreciate you guys just, you know, watching and just supporting. I do appreciate that. I will put some clips in, some before and after the install and the intake. My opinion, it's, even if it's $400, it's well worth the, you know, the money. I felt a throttle response change, that's the big difference I felt. The sound is a lot more throatier. I can't even say that word correctly. But it's best bang for the buck. Peace, thank you.